Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pilot episode of the Hogg, Thudd podcast. With me is my dear friend, Mr. Sinneu Lawless. Mr. Sinneu is a great dear friend of mine. We will not tolerate hateful comments under this video about him due to what he is wearing. Even though, Maryland, I'm not even going to get into that. This is just a pilot. I got to keep it PG. I can feel him looking at me right now. Today, we are going to establish who is the winner between Miller Highlife or Busch Light. And I was kind enough to get Mr. Syed a Busch Light Lime. Now, Mr. Sinneu has never had a Busch Light Lime, and he just had the very rare, legendary Bapple for the first time this year. He loved it, as everyone does. So, without further ado, I would like to see his critique of the Blime, and then we are going to get into the tall boy judging competition between Busch Light and Miller Highlife. So, Mr. Sinneu, take it away, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thudd. Let's do this. Excited?
I'm excited for you. I wish I could go back in time and try that for the first time.
That Bapple you gave me 2 months ago, that was insane.
Oh, the Bapple's goated.
Now, this could be because I don't know dick about beers, but I didn't find that much of a distinction as I did with the Bapple. The Bapple is very clearly, there was some apple there.
100%.
Different.
That is a much lighter. So that is almost kind of mocking already having a lime in a Corona.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, so we already kind of know Busch Light is good.
Yeah.
And I love Busch Light. That is just a wee bit of lime juice inside the beer already. It's not to be the distinctful difference of Busch Light apple. Now, peach was a very strong peach flavor, but it was designed to be that way. This is just designed to be a cool, crushable can. You're done mowing the grass. You say, damn, I really want a Corona and a lime, but I don't want to cut up a bunch of limes. Wow, my fridge has Busch Light lime in it. Let me crush some of those. Is that a crushable beer in your opinion?
100%.
There you have it. Now, it doesn't have to be the best beer you had, but is it a bad beer? You sit down to rate this 1 to 10 and give it to me. You close your eyes, you take a sip. What do you picture? What is going on in your mind when you have a sip of that?
Honestly, just chill summer afternoon, hanging out with some people, some hamburgers maybe, hot dogs, just chilling. I'd say a solid 7.
Very nice.
I mean,
That's
exactly.
fantastic.
Like nothing too crazy.
No.
But it's exactly what you'd want on a hot day when you're just chilling.
Fantastic. And now we get into the real shenanigans. So this channel is going to be dedicated to beer, liquor, beer, gym, dieting, colognes, movies, and book reviews. We are going to try to touch everything under the sun. Maybe get a little philosophical every now and then.
Wait, book reviews?
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to read.
It's okay. Hey, everyone learns at their own pace. The Thudd does not discriminate. The Thudd does not judge unless the person may or may not be wearing University of Maryland attire. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. You will come to find out that the Thudd very much does judge. But that's okay. We're going to get on down that later down the road. So don't you worry about it. But right now, I'm going to take a nice long sip of this cold Busch Light. All right. Whoa. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. It's simple. It doesn't get much more simple than that. It's not that it's a bad simple. It's smooth. It's just smooth.
Exactly. It's smooth, neutral. I don't see how you could hate it unless you really want a flavor. I mean, if you really want flavor, this is not for you. But if you just want something reliable, simple, smooth, there you go.
Exactly. Affordable. That's
the biggest thing.
In no world would I ever give Busch Light anything under than an 8 out of 10 for availability, priceability, smoothness, crushableness, and how many can you drink on a nice, crisp college football afternoon. Okay, took a couple spare swallows. Now I'm moving over to the Miller Highlife. Cheers to this. Oh, it's a good beer. That is a good beer. Man, so that is also a very smooth, in my opinion, a very, very, very smooth beer.
Yeah, definitely still very smooth. For someone that actually knows something about beer, I'm sure they can taste something. There is some hint of a little taste in there, more than the Busch Light, definitely.
I'm glad you're noticing that. You're
Um,
learning. He's getting better, folks.
Still don't know shit though, but there is something there. So if you know your beer, then yeah. If you want something a bit more, but still smooth, reliable, neutral. Well, not neutral, but neutral plus, I'd say.
This is what. It's slightly more bold. I'm not saying that this is a bold beer, but this is slightly more bold than Busch Light. And by bold, just a little bit more character. Exactly what Mr. Sinneu is saying. It is not as simple as Busch Light, but it is designed to be that way. So they executed this perfectly. I will also give the Miller Highlife an 8 out of 10, but for different reasons. It is maybe not as crushable as Busch Light, simply because it is not as simple. And the simpler a beer is, in my opinion, the easier it is to crush it. But it is very crushable, and it is very affordable. And when you're drinking and someone says, "Ah, oh, hand me the champagne of beer," you just get goosebumps. You get giddy inside. And I get giddy every time I have me a Miller Highlife. So I will also give this an 8 out of 10. When I drink this is like when you're going to a party and someone says, "Oh, I've got a bunch of Coors Light in the cooler." And you're like, "Okay, yeah, Coors Light, why not?" And then you open up the cooler and you're digging around and you see one of these at the bottom. You got to reach past the Coors Light and pick you up one of these, that's for sure. In fact, the Busch Light's being modified to an 8.3. This is going 8.2. This is going 8.2, Busch Light 8.3. That's my final score, just off a couple sips. But you know, after a couple more of these, I'm not going to be able to be coherent in the video. So I'm going to just finish these beers while we start to review and discuss other things. So, out of these three beers, which one is your favorite? Do a ranking. Do a ranking. Favorite to least favorite out of just those 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, to me, it depends on the situation. Because if I'm having food, I don't really like my beer to have much of any taste. So if I was having a burger, Busch Light would be number one, followed by the Miller Highlight, and then the Busch Lime.
Okay.
However, if I was just chilling with the beer, not eating anything, that the lime, that would be number one. Busch would be number two, just because I can't really pick up on whatever the Miller Highlight is offering. So it's just something else. And between something I don't really know and just neutral, I'd probably go with neutral. So Busch Light would be number two.
Yeah, you heard it from the mouth of babes. All right. That is a fantastic review. And you know, when I first met this kid, he said beer. I said, I'm still drinking high C. And then next thing you know, I just found out he didn't even know what high C was. So now I'm all sorts of twisted up and I don't know what's going on inside. However, he's getting wiser as he gets older. This man is maturing, I'll tell you that much.
I just turned 18 yesterday.
That's a what I'm trying to watch my language. That's a lie. This man is 48 years old. He's been 48 years old since 1937. So he has seen it all, folks. This man is wise beyond his years, but now he's getting wiser because he's introduced domestic American lagers into his life. And I'm so proud of him. Watching him blossom into this beautiful, beautiful butterfly.
Guys, I'm just so thankful to have the Hogg in my life.
Everyone needs a little Thudd every
Mhm.
now and then. But good golly, Miss Molly, look at the time. We're 10 minutes into our first pilot episode. And Mr. Sinneu has just acquired 2 winter and fall colognes. He is going to test them for the first time, as he's never smelled them before, and I myself have never smelled them before. So I'm very curious how this is going to go.
Just got both of these today. Present from yours truly. First one here, we got the Mercedes. Mr. Thudd has told me that this is a very good fall and winter fragrance. Currently, we're still late summer, so maybe not the best for now. We're still going to see how that goes.
I've heard good things, and so I want my man here smelling as fresh as can be come the season.
Here we got a Ferragamo, which apparently is a good all year round fragrance. However, especially spring and fall, it can work at any given point. We're gonna go first with this one, and then go on to the Mercedes.
I'm excited. I'm just going to take a couple of squirts because there should be an air pocket. There you go. Right. Oh, and I'll take a hit of that. All right. We'll let it kind of air out a little bit. Let it air out. Oh,
Very sweet.
that's sweeter than I expected. It's not too sweet, but it's...
Exactly. It's not nauseating sweet. Is that even a word?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
He's still learning English, folks. Give him a break.
Kind of fresh
That
off
is-
the boat.
It's clean.
Yes.
That is a clean scent. If I work in an office, that is what I'd be wanting to wear. That is a clean, it seems friendly. It's very friendly.
Exactly.
It's not too strong. I can't smell you from over here. But now that it's taking up there, I'm sitting still. You're sitting still.
Mm-hmm.
It's slowly kind of making its way into the air around us.
Exactly. Friendly is a very good term because it's not imposing. It's not a strong fragrance that you walk into the room, everyone's going to smell it, and just giving us kind of boss vibes.
Yeah, this isn't an
This is very calm.
intense. This isn't an intense fragrance.
Mhm.
This is just. This is something that I would want. Honestly, I know this is designed to be a fall winter cologne, but I could see this in the spring. I could see this in the summer. This seems more of an indoor cologne.
Definitely.
That's why I feel this appeals to year round. But that, that is good. I am pleased. I am happy with that scent.
It's very nice.
That makes me happy. That makes me happy. I like that. And that's that is good. I do like that. That is a clean, and it's not. You don't sense too many notes. It's not too much happening in one bottle. There's not a whole lot going on in there. It's not a parfum. It's not a parfum. It's a toilette. So it is not designed to last the longest, which is okay because if you get 6 hours out of it, you would. You also don't want it to be so strong that you get your clothes after the wash and for some reason you can still smell the cologne, which I have put some cologne on before. It was a strong cologne. Washed my clothes, put them on, and I was like, after a hot cycle in the washing machine and being dried, I could still smell the cologne. That was crazy. Not terrible, but I also want my clothes to smell neutral when I wash them. So this is good. I like this. 3-4 sprays of this, half on skin, half on clothes, near your collar. You're going to be smelling good all day. So, and even if it wears off after 6 hours, you're not going to smell bad. Unless you're just some sweating mongrel out there going absolutely feral in the hot summer heat. But yeah, I like this. I would give this I would give this I'm going to give this a 7.6 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm sitting.
So I'd give it a solid 8, especially in an office environment or a work environment, because it's not too flashy, but you can also definitely feel it over time more, as it kind of expands the fragrance. Um, so it's kind of a muted, professional, nice, simple, friendly sort of scent, which I think matches perfectly with an office environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. It's very, yeah, very much like that. I very much like that. And for the Mercedes, now this is listed to be more of a winter fall fragrance, so I'm very excited to see what we have in store here. Get rid of that.
This is very much different.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll put that over there. Let it air out. I just realized it looks like I'm doing something a little bit wrong. I'm just shaking my arm out, I swear to God.
Hogg doing hog business.
Oh. That smells warm. That smells warm. That's vanilla.
It's giving me Christmas.
That is vanilla. There's vanilla in there. There has to be. Yeah, this is fall winter. This is fall winter. There's no doubt about this.
Yeah, this one's giving off very cozy, with your family. Y'all just had dinner, sitting around a fire. Very nice, chill fall winter vibes. So I wouldn't say professional, I'd say kind of a cozy feel to it.
Again, it's not overpowering.
It's not.
This is not an overpowering scent. Now, it's going to be overpowering if you dump half the bottle on yourself. But this is, again, a 3-4 spray. You're going to be smelling very much like your environment come November, December, January, February. Maybe late October too, That is, this feels like, I don't even know, do you know what a hot toddy is?
I do not.
Okay, it's a beverage. This is like if hot toddy was a cologne. It's smooth. It's smooth. I'm going to give this a 7.2 because it's honestly not as strong as I was hoping for. Not bad. It's just, I'm going to give this a 7.2. If I had to pick between the two, I'm going with the F Black by Ferragamo. I'm taking that over Mercedes Club Black. So that's my opinion. It's good though. This is not bad cologne.
So I would go with the Mercedes more so because of the kind of image it gives me, because it really does give off a cozy with your family sort of vibe. So I just go off with that. It's not going to be as practical, I think, as Ferragamo. So definitely, if you're trying to find something that you want to use every day, for whatever reason, the Ferragamo I think should definitely be your go-to. But the Mercedes I think brings a special, almost emotional feel to it. So I think I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I appreciate the honesty. And I'm glad that you like it. Most important. That's the number one thing. It's good to have others like your cologne, but it's nothing if you don't like it. You have to be the one to like it. I'm gonna be honest. So for me, that's very interesting. So your winner is Mercedes, and mine is Ferragamo. Both good. You heard
Excellent
it from the mouth of babes. You heard it here. Both good. I don't think you can go wrong with a blind buy as either of these. I think these are not expensive. These are not expensive. They're not a cheapie like Nautica Voyage. But again, that's not a diss to Nautica Voyage because I use Nautica Voyage. I love Nautica Voyage. It's fantastic. It gets good reviews because it performs well for its price. And it is clean. Doesn't have the same sharp, clean scent Ferragamo Black does have, but It is a well-rounded, smooth, clean scent that doesn't project too much, doesn't project too little. Does it leave you very soon if you're in a warm environment? Sure, but we're not getting into that one today. Now, we have done the winter, fall 2 reviews. Next time, maybe we'll have another 2 to review. We don't know. But the next up, Davidoff Cool Water facing off against Fila Sport for Men. Now, I got this for $9.99. Davidoff, you can generally find this $40, $35, $40. Generally. It's not, this is considered a cheap eat in the grand scheme of things. But again, it's not a $20 Nautica voyage. And that's going to be the basis of cheap eat, I think. Although this could be, but no one really knows about this and no one really uses this. I think this is underrated. I enjoy my Davidoff, but I'm going to let Mr. Sinneu decide more so because he does not use these as frequently as I. So, we're going to hit off with the Davidoff in the field. I will let you do your next review. This time we will do maybe the top of our forearms or something. Let me get a hit of that. Why not? There you go. Oh, now that projects. I'm smelling that. I know he sprayed towards me, but
Also sprayed twice.
Yeah, he also sprayed twice. That's okay. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Shake it like a dog. Oh. I'll tell you what. I am biased. I love this scent. This was an 80s scent that Davidoff came out with, and I love the 80s. This smells like the 80s. It is a very fresh, clean, spring feel, but it also gives you that hint of aftershave. It is a strong aftershave finish. That's my opinion. But it's clean. It's a clean aftershave. It's professional. This tells me the inside of your house has got that pink felty carpet all over the place, lime green walls. You're living in your house with the huge floor to ceiling windows out there on the Bay of Miami. That is what I'm sensing. You got the beach house. You got the pool on the deck. You got a carefree in the world. You got a wet bar on the main floor for all the parties you host. And you got your jet ski sitting out by the dock. This is a time capsule to take you back to the 80s. You're rich and you're loving life. What is your take on the Davidoff Cool Water?
So I was not born in the 80s like you, so I can't really talk about that 80s part. What I can say, though, is that, yes, it's not overpowering at all, and it smells like you have your shit together, honestly. But not, again, in a very imposing or grandiose sort of way. You just smell clean, you smell sharp, and I think it's honestly also great for an office setting. Spring, summertime might be also good for dates. Not too much, because I do know that some women don't really like overpowering smells.
Yeah.
They like things that are a little,
And this is
simpler.
more masculine. Like you don't
Yeah,
see
exactly.
a woman putting this on.
No, exactly. So on the spectrum of masculine fragrances, I think this is definitely more so on the bit calmer side of that, and not as imposing. So me personally, I really like that because I'm not too big on overly strong scents. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that.
Fantastic. I give this only because of its somewhat dated smell. Only because of its somewhat dated smell. I'm giving this a 7, a straight 7. It's not a bad cologne, but if you were to blind buy this, there are going to be a couple people that would be a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie. Also, this is a man's cologne. Mercedes, I could see a woman wearing this too. I could see a woman wearing this. I don't think there's any doubts about it because it's smooth, it's soft, it is that cozy feel. Lavender, not lavender, vanilla. It's vanilla's a very winter fall fragrance. Mm-hmm. It's strong vanilla, but it's not bad. It's not too strong, and so it's more of a unisex cologne in my opinion. Davidoff definitely more masculine. F Black Ferragamo more masculine. I couldn't see a woman wearing that. Could you?
See a manly woman wearing it.
Manly. Well, okay, yeah, that's right. It's 2025. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, do what you love. Do what you love.
I mean,
I'm not
like,
telling you what to do.
it's like on that threshold. I feel like yeah, it's predominantly masculine, but
It's
I can see
clean.
it.
It's overall,
Yeah.
it's clean.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. And now we got the Davidoff going up against Field Sport. There you go. Have at it. Have at it, sport. No pun intended. Hit me. Air it out. Air it out. Air it out. Okay. Okay. Oh. I'll tell you what. For $9, I love this scent.
Oh, for $9, yeah.
For
it's
$9,
definitely
I love this scent for $9.
It kind of smells like a simpler version of the Cool Water.
I could agree with that. It's soft.
Exactly.
This is a soft
Exactly.
scent. This is you don't have your deodorant stick on you. You just got out of the gym. You're sweaty. You don't want to smell like a bag of ass. Couple spritzes of this doesn't project too far, but it is clean. This is that fresh out of the shower gel scent. Almost like a dryer sheet.
Mhm.
Clean laundry, but better. This is better than that. This is a lot of people compare Nautica Voyage. Again, you can check that the cheapies, the spring, summer fresh.
Mhm.
That is the king just because of how popular it is. But this, yeah, that is textbook clean. That is the shower gel clean. You just got out of the shower. That's what you smell great. It's nothing but clean. That is all that it is. It is nothing but clean.
I mean, yeah, like I would say this is giving the image of, you just finished playing pickleball, tennis, the girlfriend, boyfriend, whomever. You washed up real quick, put that, and you're off to brunch, and you're set. Clean, nice, summertime vibe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and if it's only like $9.99, total bargain.
Unisex too.
Exactly.
This is not a cologne just for men.
It's smooth
This is
enough
not a cologne
that anyone
for
can do it.
Anyone can use this because anyone can smell clean.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of it. Yes, this is a fun little one right here. I highly recommend this. Just for you got $10, you don't want Nautica Voyage, you're tired of smelling like that. This. Feel it for men. Even though it says for men, this is unisex. 100%.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the label. Yeah, I give that. Honestly, because it's so simple, and it doesn't last as long as Cool Water, I'd say, sadly. You might get 4, maybe 5 hours out of the Field Sport. I'll give it a 7.2 only because of the performance.
Mm-hmm.
The scent and all that, and the price point, I'd give it an 8.5. But again, performance, no one wants to just smell good for a few hours. So that's what I'm going to bring. Yeah, 7.2 I think is a fair. It's fair. But it's a safe blind buy. If I had to tell you, Davidoff, Cool Water, or Fila for Men Sport, as a blind buy, I'm telling you Fila. 9 times out of 10, unless I know you like the 80s and you like Miami, then I'm telling you Davidoff, Cool Water, 10 out of 10 times. But yeah, that is fantastic. Look, that's the pilot. We've reviewed beers. We've explained what the channel's going to be. We've reviewed the colognes, which ones we like more, which ones we like a little less. None of them bad. All of them good, would you say?
Yeah.
And all
totally.
the beer good?
I mean, all of them have very different functions, I feel like.
Yeah. They all have a different mood.
Mm-hmm.
Busch Light, long working day, prop your feet up on the couch cushions, get you a nice cold Busch Light. And you go and say, you know what, I want to treat myself to something that's a little more bold. Pick up the Highlife. And that will do it for us. And again, Lime, if you can ever find it, it's worth a buy. Granted, you're not going to find it because they stopped distributing them 2 months ago. Very sad. R.I.P. But yeah, Apple hopefully comes back. I enjoy the beach too. When I say beach, I mean Busch Apple, or not Busch Apple, Busch Light Peach. The beach. Beach, apple, lime. That is my holy trinity. All right, this is Hogg Thudd signing out from the very first video with special guest and star, Mr. Sinneu.
Thanks very much, Mr. Thudd.
Give it up for Sinneu. He's a fantastic guy, fantastic person. We'll be doing more videos in the future, hopefully, unless this only gets 1 view within like a month, and then the show's unfortunately canceled because the network's not paying for it. Adios, people.